welcome everyone to my YouTube channel, Conversations with Cookeygam. I trust you've subscribed. If you haven't, please do so. Right, we trust you are gaining value from our videos. So today I'll be speaking on how to earn millions from undergraduate scholarships, the stacking strategy. It's something I'm a personal beneficiary or testifier of the reality of this. And over the years, we've also had several persons who have also replicated the testimony. So I want to show you how to unlock multiple corporate scholarships, government awards to fund your tertiary education. Your time in the university does not have to be a struggle. You can, while studying, also earn millions of naira. And yeah, that's me. That's my face. And then this is Conversations with Cookeygam. Once again, please share, please like, please leave a comment, please subscribe. Let's dive in quickly with some definitions. So, what does a scholarship? A scholarship is a financial grant that is awarded to support your education, and it's usually based on academic merit or financial need. An undergraduate is a person who is studying for his or her first university degree, your BA, that's Bachelor of Arts, your BSc, Bachelors of Science, BEng, Bachelors of Engineering, or BTech. It depends on what degree you are across different departments and different faculties and different institutions. But those scholarship opportunities are available for you, and I would want you to make the most of it. We also have what we call bursaries. Bursaries are needs-based financial awards that are usually provided by state governments. They are also sometimes provided to help widen or increase access to education, right? There are also what we call grants and awards and aids. These are also similar to scholarship, but they are financial supports that are given to you, and you don't necessarily have to pay back. Okay, you don't necessarily have to pay back. They can complement the scholarships and the bursaries. Most of what I'll be sharing refers to scholarship application, but it can also help you to apply for grants, to also apply for aid. Okay, understanding these definitions will help you to clarify your choices and to also know that there are different opportunities that are available for you. So the next thing I want to speak about is the sources of those scholarships. I want to give you six primary sources of scholarships so that you also know where to look for, right, scholarships from. So we have scholarships that come from the government, especially from the federal government. One of the very popular scholarships is called the FSB, the Federal Scholarship Board, which applies to all institutions, all states, all departments, as long as you are in Nigeria, which is the primary target for this video. We also have PTDF from the Petroleum Trust Development Fund. Okay. We also have state bursaries. I know states like Delta State, states like Edo. Okay, I think I heard that those states just wanted to begin theirs. I don't know if they have started, but I know on those states, River State, and some other states give bursaries. And these ones have far less competition and it's more about needs. But usually the money is not usually as big as some of the ones from the federal government or from some of those companies. Next classes of sources of scholarship are corporate and NGO. That's companies such as MTN, Chevron, Total, Seplat, ExxonMobil. They also provide scholarships as part of their corporate social responsibility (CSR). Okay, that's one way for them to just give back to the society and to the community. And also we have NGOs and foundations such as Jimovia of that's Zenith Bank, right? Bridge Scholarship and other NGOs, that's non-governmental organizations or other foundations that also provide scholarships. And finally, we have individual and international grants. There are therapists who also award scholarships either based on specific courses or specific places. And we also have international organizations that sponsor local studies or international studies. So, one of the things I also want to emphasize is that your scholarship success begins with you. Don't disqualify yourself. Please, not don't never disqualify yourself from applying. You have a genuine chance, regardless of your course of study, regardless of your current CGPA, regardless of whatever it is. Never disqualify yourself from opportunities, even beyond scholarships. There are some persons who don't apply for certain jobs, and if you don't apply, then you can't get it. Much later, I'm going to speak about seven traps or seven reasons why people don't get scholarships. But personally, like I said, I was a beneficiary of several scholarships while I was in school. I also know well over 200 of my direct colleagues, some of them or many of them are my mentees, right, who have also secured scholarships since 200 level. I run this group on WhatsApp. where we have over 2,000 students there, and there are many of them across different institutions who I believe also have won scholarships. They've just not told me. So when I'm saying over 200, I'm talking about those who I know personally. I can tell you that, oh, this person is on two, three scholarships, this person is on, and all of that. And from those persons, I also know more than 50 of them who are currently earning in millions, right? This is possible from just one scholarship, but also there are some scholarships that over time, by the time they pay you two times, three times, four times, you can earn up to that millions. Okay, access to the scholarship group is very much free, right? You can definitely join to get guidance through the scholarship process, to get to know of ongoing applications and all of that. Okay. Speaking about never disqualifying yourself, also, I remember when I was in 100 level, just going to 200 level, and then PTDF opened up. Um, Most of the persons who were applying for PTDF then were in 200 level going to 300 level, right? Because they already had a CGPA. But I and one or two of my friends, we applied, and two of us got it, right? Because before they asked for documentation for the results, we had the results available from 100 level. So what I'm just simply saying is, and because of that, they also paid us four times as compared to those other persons who they paid three times. So what I'm simply saying is, don't disqualify yourself. The applications are free. I did many of my applications from my phone. So don't say, oh, I don't have a laptop. Okay. And it's also very important that you take action, that you take action. That is one of the key things to actually getting scholarships. What are some of the gatekeeper requirements, some of the eligibility factors that you have to pay attention to? One is you need to have a minimum CGPA of 3.5 or 5.0 to apply for many scholarships, right? That's the benchmark for a second class upper. Especially for most scholarships. However, there are some scholarships that can consider 2.0, 2.5, even 3.0, um, because of indigence, because of your need, because of the state of origin or whatever. State of origin is very important for bursaries, and one of the requirements or documents that is required when state of origin is important is your local government identification letter. Yes, your level of study matters. There are few scholarships for 100 levels, such as Total, Bridge, but then there are some others that apply to all levels. Okay, they are just like the Bridge scholarship that is here, and a few others. And then scholarships like the bulk of scholarships, you get them in your 200 level because you have a previous session results that you can use to apply then. Okay. But then there are a few others like MTN STSS, that is from your 300 level that you are qualified to apply for that. Um, like I said, all scholarship applications are free. However, I just thought to mention that PTDF usually requires just 500 naira for what we call NIN verification. That is your national identity number, but it's not even anything compared to the fact that your first payment from PTDF is well over 1 million naira. And yes, well, I have screenshots from my own and several other persons to confirm that. Okay, so understanding and meeting this eligibility is a gateway to stack millions from scholarship. But like I said earlier, please don't disqualify yourself. What are some of the documents that you're going to need? Most of them you already have them because you have gained admission into school. So I'm quite sure that you have most of this and you can arrange them on time, label them properly. Okay, let me just go through this. The documents required include your WAEC results or NECO O level results, your JAM result slip, your last session's results, especially from 200 level to verify your CGPA, your local government identification letter. Um, there are some scholarships, not all of them, some of them that require you to have a CV or a statement of purpose, or that's a personal statement or a commendation letter which you can get from maybe your professors or from your pastors or imam or lawyers or anybody that you know and who also knows you, because it's usually important that if you have to get a commendation letter, it should be someone who knows you and who can say something good, something specific, something positive about you. An application tip is that you should label all of the files properly. Also use good formats like either PDF. I personally recommend PDFs, right? But you can also use JPEG, right, to ensure that it's well named, well labeled. Also ensure that the size is not too large. I love PDF.com can help you compress the size if it's so big. Okay. The application roadmap, how to some steps that you can take and to get the scholarships. I would want to be very specific here. One of which is that you should create a Scholastica account. Why? Because on Scholastica is the platform where you can apply for as many as 10 to 15 scholarships. However, I want to point out that on Scholastica, you can only get one scholarship per time, even after applying for this number. Okay. But several other scholarships have different platforms. And the truth is, why many of us were able to hold multiple scholarships, because as at the point of application in our 100 level or 200 level, we didn't have any. So we could sincerely say we didn't have any scholarship. But many of the scholarships now came around the same time, and they didn't disqualify us because we've gotten others, right? We just kept on renewing semester, session by session or year by year, and we're receiving the money. So scholarship platforms like PTDF, like Bridge, like they have their own platform, and you also have to apply on their own platform. But create a Scholastica account today. Take action on that. Um, Upload your documents. Some of the documents I've called before. Fill in your details. Just start that, right? The ones that also have unique platforms, look out for them and also apply for them. You should target well over 15 applications. I know someone personally, by the way, he's currently in the US, right? Who, while an undergraduate, enjoyed 13 scholarships. I know someone else who enjoyed 8 scholarships. My point is, um, you should target a lot of applications. The more you apply for, the better your chances. You should also use a professional email. Personally, I recommend a dedicated email. It can be as simple as your name dot surname or your name and surname. My email for scholarships is cookeygam@gmail.com. Something simple like that. Don't use all those sweet baby boys, whatever nonsense that I see as people's email sometimes. It's not to go or your one funny fan page. So use a professional email, okay, and look out look check the email regularly for updates, okay. Also ensure that you apply on time, right. Timely application is also very important, but don't also rush to apply in such a way that you're not intentional about the application. So to also say some things about the scholarship exams and interview, um, there are past questions that are available for several scholarships. Most of the ones that you apply for on that they apply on Scholastica, they use Dragnet past questions, which you can easily download online. But we also have a Telegram group, right? And on our WhatsApp group, we also do share those scholarship past questions. They are a number of them are usually on quantitative reasoning, verbal analysis, not the quantitative reasoning you did in primary school, but something similar to that, right? There are also other active scholarship groups that you can join. There are websites that you should definitely be on the lookout for. One of them I recommend is called Intel Region or Scholarship Region. It gives you a lot of ongoing applications and also past questions. You should also prepare for the interviews by sometimes discussing with previous beneficiaries. They can give you some tips. They can help you know how best to prepare for the scholarship. Okay, there's very few scholarships that you also have to plan travel logistics. For example, the FSB, you have to travel either to Lagos or Port Harcourt or Abuja. There are some select places where you have to travel to write FSB exam. Why for Mondayema scholarship, you have to travel to Delta State. But like I said, there are very few. Most scholarships, you take the exams online, right? You just need a laptop, good internet connection. Please, very important, good internet connection, and then you're able to take your exams. Okay, so ensure that you are ready, and you put your best feet forward. But one thing I can also tell you that scholarship applications are demanding, but the exams are usually easy, right? Because a lot of persons are applying across different departments. What are 7 traps that usually block scholarship success? These are some common pitfalls that I've observed over the years. One is low mindset. There are people who just doubt themselves, that disqualify themselves. They're like, oh, good things don't happen to me. Never, please never say that, right? I'm someone who I believe and I expect good things, and I enjoy a lot of positive good things time and again, right? So have a positive mindset, believe in yourself, be confident, put your best feet forward. Often the bold will get the opportunities. Okay. Another pitfall is that some persons don't apply. If you don't apply, then you can't get it. It's just a simple thing. Some also have the wrong associations. If you're in school, I'm going to do another video to just speak about friends you should have in school. If you're in school, in the university, the people you work with will really define the kind of opportunities that you are aware of, right? They would also be the people who can motivate you. Sometimes you have to follow up to go get, possibly the an approval letter or a commendation letter. You want to have people that you guys can do it together. You can prepare for exams together, and all of those things, right? Long association is a reason why some persons don't get. For many of us who enjoyed scholarships, I just found out that we were a circle, right? We were within the same circle. The next one is laziness or lack of diligence. Some persons don't complete the application. Some persons just respond carelessly. I mean, some persons are typing their names and it's a proper noun, but are beginning with small letters. Why? Why? So be diligent, right? Ensure that you do the best you can. Also, documentation errors. Some persons don't get scholarships because they don't submit complete documents or they don't format. They ask for it in a PDF format. You give it to them as a JPEG or and possibly the site rejects your documents. So please ensure you read the instructions and you follow. Now, for some others also, it's due to low CGPA, especially for some highly competitive scholarships like MTN, right? The only reason why I didn't get MTN, I was almost at the final stage, right, was due to this CGPA thing. At that period, I had something that I needed to rectify, and they needed. Let's leave that story. The point I'm making is that you want to get the best results. Of course, much later, I rectified that and graduated very well with a high 4 point and above. Some others also don't get scholarships because they lack mentorship and without guidance, they are not able to correct the mistakes and all of that. So, moving on quickly, conclusion and a call to action as to how to maximize your undergraduate years. One of the ways that you can get a lot of financial help is through scholarships. Okay, to get this, start stacking it as early as possible, as early as possible. I'm going to do another video on friendships. I'm going to do another video also on how to be so financially comfortable, financially independent as an undergraduate. I made multi-millions from different means while an undergraduate, and I would want to share some tips around that. Scholarships is just one of those ways, okay? But still speaking about scholarships, take action on those things. Apply. Please commit to persistence, commit to volume. Apply for a lot of scholarships so that you can maximize the opportunities. Also, build your scholarship foundation strategically. Start getting from 100 level to 100 level. Also, target PTDF, especially if you're in engineering, if you're in the sciences, if you're in. I even know somebody from law who got PTDF. Yes, it's interesting. That's the point of don't disqualify yourself. I know someone from law who got PTDF. Okay. You can combine scholarships, like I said, for to increase your impact. But also, why applying for scholarships? Also, be intentional about active networking, be intentional about integrity, be intentional about your skills development. I have another video, it's up already on how to maximize your university years, and you definitely want to listen to that. Okay, use scholarships as a platform to convert your potential into power. What I mean by that is as the money come, it's definitely going to be far beyond what you need for your tuition. So use it to invest in your personal development, to buy books, to attend conferences, to take online courses, and all of that. Okay. Finally, please stay connected for continuous guidance. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Conversations with Cookeygam. Connect with me on LinkedIn. You can also send me a message on WhatsApp. And if you do have any questions, I will be very glad to respond to it. Thank you for watching and do enjoy the rest of